All right, we have Unfiltered with Kiran. Kiran one-on-one, take one.
How did I get my start in news? God, it goes back to high school. When you're at that age and you're thinking, what do you want to do for the rest of your life? Something inside of me said, I want to work for the people. I want to work with them. I want to be their voice. What about media? Let's maybe try that. I loved it. And the rest is history. So I guess I have to reveal I'm no longer 21 if I'm saying I've been doing this over 20 years. So much has changed in news. If you would have told me even 10 years ago, this is the future of journalism, I would have laughed at you. Be it 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, or the 10 o'clock, you had to catch a news. We're not watching as much TV anymore. Now though, be it time or just be it life, we're not doing that. But what do you always have in your hands? A cell phone. So we are right there. We are in your face with a phone, be it on Facebook, be it on TikTok, Instagram, but we have an app, a website, and we're everywhere right in your hands. Unfiltered with Kiran covers a variety of everything. We cover breaking news, we cover investigations, we also cover the soft, sweet stories that just make your heart cry, be it a happy tear or a sad tear. We bring people together. We cover news, and our slogan is the news you deserve, unfiltered. And I truly feel that's what Unfiltered provides. If somebody's coming to our website, they're getting everything. It is a one-stop shop.
Why did you want to launch a new website?
Because Daniel Brown told me to.
I am Daniel Brown. I'm the executive producer at Unfiltered with Kiran. I've been working with Unfiltered for about 1.5 years now. My role with Unfiltered is I use my experience in news and as a newsroom leader in journalism to really kind of help guide the editorial direction of the day. I wanted to work with Unfiltered because I truly believe in what she was trying to do in the community. She wasn't just reporting the news, she was really telling stories. So I remember when I approached Kiran about redoing the website, it was really the perfect storm of timing. You had her anniversary was coming up, the organization was growing, we were adding in more staff, so we were kind of at capacity with where we are. We needed a website where we could showcase and tell more of the stories that we were working on. We needed a better platform, to be quite frank. We wanted the website to be a destination for people. We talked to so many people about what they wanted and what was missing from the news websites they were going to, whether it be national or local. And we kind of took all that information, and I think we found a sweet spot, if you will, of what people are looking for. We wanted it to be a place where they could go and get the news they wanted, to be informed, to know what was going on, but to also feel good about themselves. And we feel like this website really captures that. Now it's about vertical video and think TikTok and Instagram and all these things. So we wanted a platform to kind of showcase that. South Louisiana is really passionate about their community. So we wanted a place for them to go find news that mattered to them, to their parish, to their town. And that's not something you're getting anywhere else, not only in the market, but really in a lot of places in the country. I think when you come to the new website, you're gonna be pretty amazed at what's there. I think it's going to be a platform in a community for a lot of people.
We felt it was time to launch a new website because, again, 3 years ago when I launched, I didn't know what I was doing. Times are changing, and we're trying to make this as user-friendly. Not only user-friendly, but we also want it to be where you, the public, desire to go to it. You don't need to go through an entire news website. You just go to Ascension Parish, Assumption, West Baton Rouge. You click on it, every story that's happening in your area is right there. The question I get all the time, how do I get all the scoop? I sit there and I ask myself, and I'm just so thankful, it's trust. It is the public trusting in me. It is officials even trusting in me to send me information. As it's happening, they let me know. And I mean, how big of a blessing is it to be able to say, as a reporter, these people are calling me and letting me know what's happening. But in their defense, the way they put it out is that in this day and age we live in social media, things get out and it can be wrong. 1 share later, now you're at 50 million shares and you have inaccurate information out. Whereas if the proper, accurate information is out to begin with, you don't have the problem of now trying to dispel rumors.
And I feel like you report the truth the way it's said and don't turn it into something else.
My primary assistant, best agent, brought Unfiltered with Kiran to my attention that this was a social media source that we should look into that could help us with some of our advertising goals. And Unfiltered with Kiran was one that it was a new venture, and it was coming up strong, and we felt like we had views that we enjoyed reading, things and ideas that made sense to us or were attractive to us. Response has been outstanding, more than expected. The return on the investment is way greater than we ever anticipated.
So I have so enjoyed working with you. We've done different types of advertising like billboards and stuff like that, but I feel like we don't always see a direct benefit to billboards as we have with working with Unfiltered with Kiran. But I see it, I know the numbers are accurate because I'm seeing the numbers you're giving me that match the numbers that I'm seeing on my website where people are accessing it. And I know it's not because they saw a billboard. I know it's because they're a captive audience. And so I have so enjoyed the advertising and seeing just the numbers come back with how positive it is.
She's a role model. I look to her for the best stories because they are always accurate. She wants to get it perfect and get it right before she puts it out there. And I'll see almost word for word from another source later on Facebook. I'm like, well, where you been? I've already known that. So
you get true investigative journalism. You ask the hard questions. It's not sugar-coated. And Unfiltered does it with class. And the fact that I think that Unfiltered has journalists or reporters who have at one point in their lives worked in the television arena, that they're able to inextricably intertwine the law with the facts.
Always been a fan of the work that you do and the journalism that you do when you're going out on your own. I found myself like just going to your site first, looking and following your stuff first, because it was, the first out there is the most informative. It was just it felt very unbiased and just straightforward. And so it was something that I just wanted to get behind and support.
Keep doing what you're doing, because what you do is just like what Brandon does in the offices when you protect and serve. You have to have God's hand on you. So if that's what your assignment is, then you just keep doing it. And I strongly encourage you, because when you called me, it was no force. You was just Kiran, unfiltered, but I felt the genuine concern for me and my son.
We pride ourselves on being different, and everybody says, oh, they're different, or whatever. I get it. And so it's hard for people to understand that. But we're different in stuff that we care about people. We care about the community, and so do you. And so for you to be able to highlight the people out in the community that are making a difference, that are making our community better, is a cool thing. And so if we could work together for you to find them, for you to identify them, to help us, and we can show the community what a great job they're doing through you, that's a great partnership.
Kiran Chawla, we were hearing you earlier, Emmy and Murrow award-winning investigative reporter at Unfiltered with Kiran. Kiran, I don't know how they think these videos are going to help them. What can you tell us about the videos?
Well, the fact that there were additional charges just because the videos came out, there's one reason that sometimes releasing every single thing is not the best idea.
With Kiran being able to transition from television to social media platform is a good thing for her, and that she's able to continue and grow doing that. She was the best reporter in Baton Rouge. Let's have the best reporter on social media.
I think when you come to the new website, you're going to be pretty amazed at what's there. I think it's going to be a platform in a community for a lot of people. You're going to get someone telling their story. We're not telling it for them. They're telling the story. And I think that people really have come to trust Unfiltered for that very reason.
It's odd to say that Unfiltered with Kiran has been around for 3 years. When I had this idea, it was February of 2021. I guess back then, the the idea was in my head, and I didn't want to look back 10, 15, 20 years from now and say, what if I would have chased that dream? Lo and behold, 3 years later, here we are. Unfiltered with Kiran is no longer just Kiran. It's an entire team. I love what I do, and the best part is I get to do what I love with the public, and somehow it's taken off. I'm not focused on the 5 years from now. I'm focused on the today and tomorrow. If I can get through today and tomorrow being the best version and putting out the best version of UWK, the sky is the limit. And seriously, I do feel the same way, because 3 years ago, had you been telling me we're going to be launching a brand new website, we would already have an app, we would have a podcast, I would have laughed at you. So I don't know where I see myself in 3 years, but I do pray that all of us are on that journey together.